Alright, recording now. There we go. Welcome back, everyone. We have continuation of the story before Deku's scenario. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment on the video. Thank you. Aizawa sighed, rubbing his face. The last few days have been constant roller coaster. The silence is nice break from all the insanity. Deku scrolls on his phone, looking through for reliable contacts who might be able to help. Finding a secure facility feels like a game of chance. Who's trustworthy and capable enough to keep this secret? Even if the facility's secured, the wrong person on the watch could be the difference between a seamless portal link and a security breach. Brian seems helpful, but he's so powerful that they haven't wanted to bother him too much. Deku. A few hours have passed now, and the sun drifts low on the horizon as evening approaches. Aizawa and Deku have been busy tracking down a secure government-owned facility. There are several options in Japan and abroad, but most would require permission from high-level authority to access, and that means telling the higher-ups about the current situation, something Aizawa does not want to risk. So for now, they're stuck. No way to contact Brian until they get through the red tape of interdimensional bureaucracy. Aizawa glances at the clock, still scrolling through his phone. Time seems to have shifted into a blur, passing without him noticing. But there are no new messages. He lets out a small sigh, stretching in his chair. Nothing new has happened, and it's been oddly quiet the whole day, especially compared to how chaotic it was yesterday. Aizawa stretches, trying to work out the knots in his neck. Deku yawns. No luck getting through someone yet? He asks quietly. Equality walks into the room, with some sandwiches and a newly brewed pot of coffee in her hands. Shade and her brother Primary not far behind. Equality. Still no luck? Aizawa perks up slightly at the sight of food, coffee especially. The smell is comforting, and a small normalcy in their bizarre situation. Deku sits up straighter too. He hadn't realized how hungry he was until now. Equality's thoughtfulness is appreciated. They're taking care of them despite being stranded themselves. Shade and Primary follow quietly, both looking calmer than earlier. Maybe they took a break or rested. Aizawa takes the coffee first, with a quiet thanks, his fingers wrapping around the warm mug gracefully. The room fills with a cozy domestic atmosphere, sandwiches on the plates, rich aroma of coffee, and it's oddly peaceful for people dealing with interdimensional travel and cosmic demons. Deku grabs a sandwich, taking a big bite. The food's simple but good. Nothing fancy, just fuel to keep going. Primary sits beside Equality quietly. He doesn't eat yet. Maybe waiting for someone else? Shade leans against the wall near Aizawa, like her usual spot as his shadowy protector. The moment of quiet comfort before they dive back into planning their next move. They eat in comfort, silenced. The cling of utensils and soft sips of coffee fill the space. The tension from earlier is gone, at least for now. Even Aizawa, usually so swift, is slumped slightly in his chair with exhaustion. Deku finishes his sandwich first and takes another cup of coffee. He'll need it for if they are going to keep brainstorming locations tonight. Primary finally picks up the sandwich too. He eats neatly, but quietly, like someone used to meals on the go. Fatherhood habits? The breather is nice, but eventually reality will demand them to move again. Herobrine walks in and crosses his arms before sighing. Brian, I guess things aren't going as well as you hoped. Brian's sigh is heavy with disappointment, not anger, just resignation. He's been hoping for progress by now. Aizawa grimaces internally. He hates letting powerful beings down, especially ones who are actively fighting a demon war. The guilt is real. Deku sets his coffee down quietly. No time to stall anymore. They need to explain why they are stuck before Brian loses patience entirely. Right. Here, Aizawa says bluntly. Bureaucracy is slowing us down. We can't access the facility without approval, and getting that approval takes time. Then let's fix that, Equality says as she stands up. One thing I've learned from my mother is that if something is holding you back, then walk around it or through it. Break down the walls and continue like normal. Brian's expression shifts. Interest. Equality's words echo a philosophy he recognizes. Break the obstacles. Not wait, not beg for permission, just move forward. Aizawa blinks. He's spent his whole life following rules, hero regulations, and government protocols. God damn it. But Brian and Equality, they're operating on divine logic. If something blocks you, bypass it. Deku looks between them nervously. What are they suggesting? A covert infiltration of a military site? That sounds dangerous, but also efficient. Don't get ahead of yourself, Equality. That might have worked in our world, but there are rules that need to be followed even by us. But here, there are rules that need to be followed even by us. Shade says as she pushes herself off the wall and walks over to the table, pointing to a location on the map. Shade's pragmatic approach cuts through the idealism. Rules exist here. Unlike their world, the reality has laws, security systems, and consequences for breaking them, even for divine beings. Aizawa nods in agreement with her. They can't just waltz into a military base like that. It's nothing. That would cause international incidents. The map she points to shows a specific location, likely one of Japan's underground defense facilities or research labs. Aizawa studies it. High security zone, but not impossible if they play just right. Hasn't this location been shut down for years? If so, then it would be perfect. Aizawa squints at the map. Yes, that facility is was decommissioned years ago, abandoned after a project got cancelled, security scaled back to a minimum patrols. It's perfect. No active operations mean no interference, no unexpected personnel, just empty halls and dust-covered equipment. Deku grins slightly. I can't speak for fucking God. Okay. That solves their problem. They can slip in undetected, set up a gateway there without anyone noticing for weeks or even months. Yeah, Aizawa says. That could work. Brian leans over the map, examining the abandoned facility, a flicker of approval crossing his face. This is ideal. No one to question them. No security cameras monitoring every move. Deku pulls up the satellite image on his phone for a better look. The building is isolated, surrounded by empty land. The closest town is miles away. Minimal risk for being discovered, Aizawa mutters, and if we are lucky, maybe not even checked monthly. This might actually be their best shot of getting the gateway established safely and discreetly. Then let's go, Primary says as he stands. Our family has been fighting long enough without us. It's time to do something. Primary's determination is palpable. Goddamn. With no more waiting, his family's at war, and he needs to be there. Aizawa nods. The urgency in his voice makes it clear. This isn't negligible. Negated. What the fuck is that word? Whatever. They stalled long enough. Right, Deku says. He pushes his chair back and stands too. Let's go now. No hesitation left, there's just action. They grab their coats, or Brian's case, nothing changes because interdimensional kings do not bother with outerwear. Ready to head, oh my god. Ready to head out of the night towards the abandoned facility and finally make their way home for them all. As the six of them step outside, Shade cusses under her breath before turning to the others. Man, screw this. Screw walking. I'm teleporting everyone, so hold on tight and try not to throw up. Aizawa barely has time to process the curse before whoosh. 1 second they were on the porch, the next they were gone, displaced in a blink. Teleportation. The sudden lunge makes Deku's stomach flip violently. He clutches his gut, eyes watering. Aizawa grits his teeth. He feels queasy too, but keeps it together better than Deku. Primary sways slightly, but doesn't complain. He clearly used to this from Shade's past teleports. Equality just sighs, like it's a mild inconvenience. The world snaps back into focus, and suddenly they're standing in the middle of the vast, dark, underground chamber. Dust coated the floors, and old equipment is covered with white sheets. Deku immediately doubles over, gasping. His stomach rebels from teleportation whiplash. Aizawa leans against the wall to steady himself. Even he's affected despite his stoicism. Brian looks completely unfazed, of course. Primary steadies equality as she staggers slightly too. Shade brushes it off her sleeves like it was nothing. Told you not to puke. A little more warning next time, Shade, Equality says before summoning a ball of light to make it easier to see. Shade shrugs, no regret. She didn't warn them because she knew they would just panic if she did. The glowing orb Equality conjured lights up the cavernous room, revealing peeling paint on concrete walls, rusted pipes overhead, and a large central chamber that might be used for experiments once. Aizawa takes in their surroundings. This place is huge. Plenty of space to set up a gateway without interference. Deku finally straightens up, still pale but recovering. His eyes, oh my god. Eyes the empty area, the perfect spot for Brian to work his magic. Alright, Brian, you know what to do. Also, I advise Deku and Aizawa to back up, otherwise you would be caught in the transport. Brian nods, rolling up his sleeves, metaphorically, since he's not actually wearing one. The air around him cracks with latent energy as he steps forward to the center of the chamber. Aizawa grabs Deku's arms and yanks him backward instinctively. They don't need to be in range of when a cosmic portal gets opened. They retreat to a far corner, pressing against the wall. Equality and Shade move aside too. Primary watches intently from behind them all. This is it. The moment they finally go home. Brian raises his hand, the air shimmers, a visible distortion ripples outward from his palms. The space in front of him warps like heat haze, then begins to stretch, forming a swirling vortex of purple and black light. The end gate is opening. Aizawa holds his breath. This is it. Their first real glimpse into another world. Beyond the portal, The sky streaks with stars that doesn't exist on Earth. Vast landscapes untouched by human hands, home to equality, shade, and primary. It's time to go, you guys, Equality says. Shade and primary nod, then jump through the portal. Without hesitation, Brian follows closely after them, as Equality turns to Deku and Aizawa. I know this isn't your war, but thank you. I do have one last request. Will you come with us? Deku's breath catches. Come with them. Aizawa stiffens too, not out of refusal, but shock. They've been focused on sending the family back, not joining in a cosmic war themselves. The portal glows behind Equality, her world waiting, beautiful and terrifyingly in equal measure. Finding demonic void isn't their fight, but it could be. Deku looks at Izawa first. The decision isn't his alone to make. This is huge, leaving Earth forever for another dimensional battle, or another dimension's battle. Aizawa studies Deku's face, searching for his reaction. The kid has always had a hero complex, but this is beyond anything UA trained them for. Yet the gratitude in Equality's eyes, the weight of her request, she was not asking lightly. They helped her, and now she wants them to fight beside her. Deku exhales sharply. He thinks of All Might, of justice beyond borders, and that then makes up his mind. Yes, he says quietly. We'll go. Aizawa blinks, then nods once. Firm agreement from both heroes in action. Equality nods as if she was already expecting that answer. Then she holds out her hand. Deku doesn't hesitate. He takes her hand. Aizawa follows, his grip steady but tense. He's stepping into the unknown here. The moment their hands meet Equality's, a warm glow surrounds them. The portal reacts. A swirling vortex pulses brightly, and recognizing the new travelers entering. A rush of wind pulls at their clothes as they're drawn towards the rift. Behind them, Earth fades away in an instant. And ahead, the sky painted with unfamiliar constellations. Lily's world awaits. Equality falls through, pulling them in with her. But before they could hit the ground, they are caught by a woman who looks similar to Equality, but different at the same time. Her eyes glow with a white, like Brian's, but with a golden hue. Her long, dark brown hair flows around her as her multicolored dress flutters in the wind. Her cloak is the same as Equality's, half black, half white, and the same light shard hangs around her neck, glowing brightly as they descend. The woman, Lily, catches them effortlessly, her strength unnatural yet gentle. Her golden white eyes shimmer with divine light, and the wind carries the scent of something otherworldly, blooming stars, cosmic dust. Aizawa's brain short circuits for half a second. Then this is a primordial, the creator. Deku stares up at her in awe. She's even more radiant than Equality's description. Her cloak mirrors Equality's perfectly, the same balance of darkness and light. Mother, Equality says softly as Lily lands gracefully on the solid ground beneath them. I see you brought Deku and Aizawa with you, though I wish you could have gotten Shoto and Bakugo as well. But I am still glad you are safe. Lily's voice is soft but carries immense weight, like a mother's scolding gently, but not angrily, just relieved. He adjusts her hold on the two heroes like they are children she's cradling. Aizawa feels absurdly small in her arms. This woman could probably sneeze and level cities, yet she's treating them with such care. Deku swallows hard. He hadn't realized Shoto and Bakugo were also potential candidates for this fight. But now isn't the time to dwell on that. Demonic void? He asked, cautiously, peering past Lily towards the horizon where smoke might rise from battlefields already. Lily's expression hardens at the mention of demonic void. Her glowing dims slightly as clouds pass over stars. Fighting him, she confirms. A distant explosion lights up the horizon, confirming it. The battle is raging even now. She sets Deku and Aizawa down gently, on solid ground, a vast field of shimmering silver grass beneath their feet. Around them, other divine beings move with purpose, warriors preparing for war. A figure in armor rushes towards them. Revival? Ghost? Someone else in Equality's family? Oh, fun! I get to choose a new character to add! Well, y'all have to wait until next time for that. Goodbye!